I thank the mountain for its gifts. I am no longer the man.
To Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
The Protector speaks through me. Shine on, my heart is filled with starlight. I give it freely to all. Demacia was my home, but the stars are my destination. Just as the mountain is eternal, so is man. Human life is fleeting, a mountain's life less so. But stars challenges await. My kind of stone. Always useful. Why is it always the ugly ones? We're all headed toward the same inevitable end. No need to rush. Possible glimmer. The stars freed me from myself. The mountain reveals the harshest truths in our souls. Sometimes, life is worth dying.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
An aspect's work is never done. A fine addition. Love is simply beauty crystallized. Each life is a rare jewel. Let me show you something. The stars.
An enemy has been slain.
I will shatter them.
An ally has been slain.
Nothing personal, but you've got to go. Spark a rebuilding absence. Let's climb that mountain, shall we?
An ally has been slain.
Truth is worth fighting for, but beauty is worth dying. The mountain's question is unique for each of us. Easy on the eyes. Don't I? I have seen the light too clearly to ever fear the dark.
An ally has been slain.
The mountain showed me my path.
Down.
stars. They see us. Challenges await. The mountain's mysteries are known to me. Beauty and life. King's hurts don't.
An ally has been slain.
Targon is
An enemy has been slain.
Failure has always been my greatest mentor. The best weapons are human. Wrap their resolve. Gems are wonderful distractions. I climbed Mount Targon.
Shut down. Rampage.
The stars were the question. Never submit.
Turret plating will fall soon.
To truly see the stars, I climbed. I am no longer the man I once was.
You have been slain.
No, I didn't see stars. Wither in my radiance. The Protector speaks through me. My heart is filled with starlight. I give it freely to all. Demacia was my home. Star, my destiny.
Destroyed. Shut down.
No rest for the chosen of heart. A little something from Targa. Don't worry, I am.
Shut down.
Failure has always been my greatest mentor. Just as the mountain is eternal, so is hope. These joints aren't just for show. Human life is fleeting. A mountain's life less so. Stars. Stars are... We're all headed toward the same inevitable end. No need to rush. The star, free.
You have been slain.
Didn't see stars. We must serve life. I find all except yours. The mountain reveals the harshest truths in our souls. Sometimes, life is worth dying for. Love is simply beauty crystallized. Each life is a rare jewel.
An ally has been slain.
The stars keep the darkness at bay.
Has destroyed a turret.
Sparkle even in the absence of light.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Is worth fighting for, but beauty is worth dying for.
An ally has been slain.
An aspect's worth is never done. And one of these, this question is unique for each of us. Easy on the eyes, don't I? I have seen the light too clearly to ever fear the darkness.
Rampage. Enemy has been slain.
They see beauty in us. Blind them without. The mountain's mysteries are known to me.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Let's climb that mountain, shall we? Money well spent. I may be merciful, but Targon isn't. Elegance never helped win a fight. It never helped. The best weapons are beautiful.
Unstoppable.
The stars were the question.
An enemy has been slain. Dominating. An enemy has been slain. Shut down. Your team has destroyed a turret.
No rest for the chosen of Tarna. To truly see the stars, I climb.
Triple kill. Ace.
Failure has always been my greatest mentor.
Rampage.
The Protector speaks through me. My heart is filled with stars.
Has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Up the mountain we go.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. Shut down.
Stars.
must all make our choices.
That glimmer of hope you see, that's me.
First season of Prime Video's The Lord of the Rings: The Rings of Power. Like I said shortly after the season ended, I wanted to take some time to detach from the conversation around the show before doing a full season rewatch and writing this review. And yeah, I took a bit longer than expected. I got distracted by my personal favorite show of the year in Andor, went on vacation for a week.
The sea is always right.
Started a Star Wars channel, and then the holidays hit, etc, etc. That being said, I'm ready to dive in and share a lot of thoughts on this show that was, in short, a mixed bag for me. There's some things I really enjoyed, some things I wasn't fond of, some things I was totally wowed by, and some things that make no sense to me whatsoever. Before we start, let me state the obvious here. What I'm sharing today is my opinion. No doubt there will be things that I like that others don't, and things that drive me crazy that other people enjoy. This is just my 2 cents, and my opinion is no more or less valid than anyone watching this video. As I've said many times, discussions and even disagreements within fandom can be fun if we allow it to be. So hopefully this video is a productive conversation starter. The score. First off, let's start with something that I loved, the music. As I looked at today's topics, I've tried to look back on not only how the story within the show unfolded, but the story of the show's production unfolded. The first rumors we heard was that Howard Shore and Bear McCreary would both be working on the show. And no disrespect whatsoever to the incredible artist Bear is, but I was most excited about the idea of Howard Shore returning. Come to find out, Shore was only returning for the title theme, with Bear doing the composing of the episodes themselves. And in retrospect, it can be easy to think, well, of course the music is good. Bear's an award-winning composer and amazing at what he does. But I definitely had my reservations. Listening to his God of War work, I never questioned that he would nail the dwarves. But I wondered if he could produce themes that captured the feel of Middle-earth. It's no small feat that, in my opinion, Bear created themes that stand well alongside the great themes we've had of Middle-earth so far. While I doubt any single score will ever match the achievement that is the Lord of the Rings trilogy, I'm now just as likely to be found humming the themes of Khazad-dûm, Numenor, Galadriel, and the Faithful as my old favorites like the Fellowship, the Shire, Isengard, the One Ring, Rohan, and yeah, well, there's a lot of Howard Shore in the rotation. The Faithful theme in particular is one that I think will be versatile in the way the Fellowship theme is from the Lord of the Rings. It's been shown to be grand and heroic, while also carrying a ton of emotional weight, like we saw in the scene where the leaves of the White Tree fall. Not to mention, fans have already put the theme with Elendil's death from the Fellowship prologue with amazing results. Bear even confirmed that he had this moment in mind when composing the theme, and it shows. Long story short, the music is unquestionably a major strength of this series. Geography and fast travel. For a show that had some terrific usage of maps, the sense of scope was remarkably poor. Lindon, Eregion, and Khazad-dûm may as well be 3 houses on the same block, rather than realms days apart from each other. Characters like Elrond seem to casually stroll from Lindon to Eregion to Khazad-dûm multiple times. Another example is when Galadriel rides day and night for 5 days to bring an allegedly mortally wounded Halbrand to Eregion, which all takes place in between episodes. Now, do we need entire episodes of people traveling from point A to point B? No, not necessarily. But in a believable world with travel being limited to horse, boat, or foot, having characters pop up hundreds of miles away with little to no perceivable change in time does nothing in favor of making this all feel believable and epic. When you look at the entire season, which seems like it may occur over the span of a couple weeks, Galadriel bounces around like she's in a Middle-earth pinball machine. One of the things I loved about the Peter Jackson trilogies is that you felt like you were going on this journey with the characters. And when you returned to the Shire in the third films, it was bittersweet not only because the story was coming to an end, but because you were reminded of how long you'd been away. Like the characters, you're returning from a long adventure. The closest Rings of Power comes to this is the reunion of Galadriel and Elrond. We see them together in the first episode, they have some good scenes that establish their friendship, and then they're reunited in the finale. There's just so many other instances where distance and travel don't seem to matter. It's not only due to the fast travel the show is unlocked that makes it feel small, but also because places like Lindon and Eregion seem to have a combined population of a couple dozen elves. Smaller things like Halbrand's fight with these guys and Isildur's conversation with his friends happening in the exact same alleyway, within what we've seen to be an immense city, just serve to undermine any sense of grandeur. Likewise, in the Southlands, it feels as though the entire realm is made of a single village with a population of a few dozen people, and watched over by a garrison of elves numbering maybe 5? The one exception, I think, is some of the Harfoot scenes. They have the advantage of being a much smaller civilization to begin with, they live outdoors, and their travels are more reasonably paced. Now again, I wouldn't be surprised if some real-world factors were at play in some of this, and it's far from my biggest issue with the show, but I really hope it's something that's improved upon for Season 2. The sense of this being a wide world with people and life and things happening should definitely be improved on going forward. There's some other geographical things that bug me on a more detail-focused level, like the fact that Arondir says he was born in Beleriand, but according to the map in the prologue sequence, Beleriand never existed. And for all the great map transitions, the fact they didn't use one for the transition of the Southlands to Mordor was an easy miss. And it took no time at all for fans online to create a more compelling, less hokey version. Tone. Another thing that I really appreciated in this show was the tone. It can be easy to forget all the rumors and fears we once had that a streaming show based on Middle-earth would be made into a Game of Thrones-esque world full of gratuitous nudity and violence. I had my hopes that this wouldn't be the case, as I fully believe taking such an approach to Tolkien would be adaptational malpractice. For all the preemptive outrage that stemmed from the hiring of an intimacy coordinator, it turned out that was for the shows like Two Kisses. Now in a couple moments, we